Schizo.
Filipino version in the description. Beatrix was born in Castle Gorge, southwest of the Monian Empire. Her parents were successful international business owners, so she was born in a wealthy family. But owning businesses worldwide meant that her parents were away on business most of the time, leaving Beatrix in the care of their loyal butler, Morgan. Living in luxury while her parents were away turned her into a spoiled brat, becoming easily bored with toys given to her. One day, Beatrix's parents came home from the West Desert, bringing cool gadgets from Erudicio, a place ruled by science and technology, where the latest and most advanced tech are created. These new toys gave Beatrix great joy, and for once in her life, she found something to be passionate about. Because of this, Morgan the butler would regularly travel to Erudicio to buy the latest gadgets invented and bring it back to Beatrix. Why? Because she can, because her parents are that rich. However, as she obtains more and more tech, her understanding for science and technology grew larger and larger, able to understand the mechanical breakdown of the most advanced inventions. She was a prodigy, a natural-born inventor, and she even created her own laboratory in their backyard. Becoming more and more obsessed in science, she realized the limitations of working in a backyard laboratory. So on her 16th birthday, she set out for Erudicio to learn from the best and brightest minds in the world. And there, her knowledge and skill grew at an enormous rate. However, nothing was ever enough. She would always want more, and this obsession was a turnoff for the Union of Scholars, including Dr. Rooney, the head scientist of the Leviathan workshop. Working in this workshop is Beatrix's dream, and so when Dr. Rooney refused to open its doors to Beatrix, she was devastated. Desperate to gain the approval of Dr. Rooney, she raised a wild controversial proposition that the human mind could be connected to a computer to establish a direct connection with others, so they can interact virtually. This theory was similar to an evil plot by an evil scientist from Laboratory 1718. And so before she could finish her proposal, she was kicked out from the discussion. Feeling embarrassed and angry, she went back to her home, and with the help of Morgan the butler, they started creating this controversial tech. More than half a year has passed, and the competition called Survival Nexus became a big hit in Erudicio. This allows participants to use helmets connected to a computer, and there, they can fight each other to their heart's content inside a virtual world, kind of like the nerve gear in Sword Art Online. Beatrix has succeeded in creating her controversial concepts, which she called Operation Dawnbreak. She even sponsored a huge prize money for the winner of the competition, in which the citizens and even the scientists were lining up to join. However, she was unaware of an evil plan brewing in the shadows. In a dark and secluded alley, X.Borg meets up with Octavius, an evil biochemist from Laboratory 1718. X.Borg proceeds to show the information he has gathered from Erudicio. Under the Parliament building, an army of robots lay asleep. They would need the invention created by Beatrix in order to bring these robots to life, and so they began their plan to destroy Erudicio. Survival Nexus is on its final season. Beatrix, who is also one of the participants of the tournament, prepares herself for the fight. Meanwhile, inside the Parliament building, Layla is fascinated by this invention. Standing beside her is Dr. Rooney, who suspects that Beatrix is behind this invention and quietly admits to himself that Beatrix is truly a genius. However, a city guard comes rushing into the room, bringing bad news to the two. All of the Survival Nexus participants fell into a coma, and Dr. Rooney suddenly realizes the flaws and vulnerabilities of this invention. X.Borg and Octavius were able to implement their evil plan smoothly. They transferred the consciousness of the players from Survival Nexus over to the army of robots sleeping beneath the city. Beatrix tried her best to stop this, but to no avail, as Octavius now has full control over the army of robots, and with X.Borg leading the charge, they march forth to the destruction of Erudicio. Amidst the chaos, Dr. Rooney told everybody to retreat into the Leviathan workshop and make their last stand there. However, X.Borg ordered the robots to head for the workshop and destroy it. Beatrix watched as her beloved invention was turned into a weapon for mass destruction. With rage filling her heart, she activated her sleeping clones. The robots charged forth to the Leviathan workshop, and just when it seemed all hope was lost, Beatrix roared through the skies with her clones, raining down tremendous firepower. Each clone is equipped with a unique weapon, but all of them are extremely lethal. Amidst the chaos of battle, backup has finally arrived. Our heroes living in Erudicio, Jhonson, Chou, Bruno, and Layla finally joins the battle. The group charges through the Parliament building, where the main instigator, Octavius, was hiding, along with his bodyguard, Alpha. And by Octavius's orders, Alpha immediately attacks Beatrix. Alpha nearly delivered a fatal blow. However, Jhonson intervened and shielded Beatrix, which was a pro-tank move. And then Beatrix transformed her weapon and fired upon Alpha, who was hit and got critically wounded. Octavius desperately ordered the rest of the robots to finish our heroes, but those AI are no match for our heroes. However, during the chaos, Octavius and Alpha were able to slip away. This pissed off Beatrix, but then Layla reminded her that their priority would be to save the players of Survival Nexus who were still comatose. Beatrix was able to shut down the robot army and restore the virtual network, and the crisis was finally over. In the aftermath of these events, Beatrix finally earned the respect of Dr. Rooney, who then became Beatrix's mentor, even though she was the reason of the crisis in the first place. She then gave her invention to the Union of Scholars. Beatrix decided to remain in Erudicio under the guidance of Dr. Rooney, and at last, the doors of the Leviathan workshop, the pinnacle of science and technology, has opened up for Beatrix. Back at Laboratory 1718, Octavius expresses his frustration with Alpha and tells him that it's time he got an upgrade. To those who are wondering what happened to X.Borg, me too. It would have been epic if he joined the battle. However, he suddenly vanished from the story. If you know what happened to X.Borg, please comment below. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe. My name is Kizzo, the Lord of Lores.